You see, you got to respect the president.
Yeah.
That's important.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to A Conversation with Colin. I'm Greg, this is Portillo, and this is my roommate, Colin. Now, sometimes Colin says crazy stuff. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I reach into my random topic pile, pull it out, toss it at him, and we talk it out for your amusement. If you like that or the dog, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share us with your friends. Colin, are you ready?
Yep.
Today's topic of conversation is, what celebrity would you most like to meet? Submitted by @MatthewBlack.
Celebrity.
Yeah, celebrity.
I don't know.
Think about it. Think hard.
I am. I'm thinking real hard.
I can start tossing out names if you want.
Okay.
I know you like Celebrity Apprentice. So
Donald Trump.
You like the president usually, so not. And I mean like the presidential office.
I'd like to meet Barack Obama. It's not definitely the person I'd like to meet the most.
Yeah.
I like to tell him how much he fucked everything up.
See, that's what I was like. Would you be mean to Barack Obama?
No, I wouldn't be mean to him. You see, you got to respect the president.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. No.
See, part of our democracy, it's really a republic, but is respecting the office. You can't disrespect. Like, remember when Joe Wilson from South Carolina, the congressman,
I think I know
screamed "You lied" during the State of the Union?
Yeah,
you can't do that.
No.
Because you win some and you lose some.
Yeah.
The Republicans at this rate are going to lose every one of them. But you can't disrespect the president.
Yeah.
We've had terrible presidents. Obama is not a good president. Everyone knows that. Everyone has buyer's remorse on this man. Romney would win if the election was held today. All the polls show that. I predicted Romney would definitely win, so I was totally wrong. Not a chance, I think. Was
So I got a pizza.
I think that was the quote when they were like, it was Podcast Beyond 200, right? They were like, well, what do you think Barack Obama will be reelected? I'm like, not a chance.
Nailed it. Nailed that. The Vita sales, you're always
Oh,
on
man,
it.
I predicted those Vita sales, almost 1-to-1. No, I wouldn't disrespect him. Skeet Ulrich.
Oh, Jericho Star.
I don't know. I don't.
What about 311?
Oh, yeah, I met all those guys.
Oh, did you?
Did I ever tell you the story about when I saw 311 and 311 Day in 2006 in Memphis, Tennessee?
No, you did not.
So I was with my buddies. We drove down to Memphis. This was the second 311 Day I went to. I went to the one in New Orleans in 2004. And we were hanging out. We were in a hotel. The show was that night. And we were getting all fucked up and whatever, hanging out. We walk to a bar, and we walk in, and 311's sitting at the bar, all five.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And their
This is the first time you ever met him?
I met one of them once, the
Okay.
rapper essay I met in Worcester, Massachusetts, years before.
Where they made Worcester sauce.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, sure.
And they were just all sitting there.
Were people around them, or were they
No, like there was people at the bar, but I don't think anyone. I was like, I couldn't believe it because there was like 70,000 people in Memphis to see them.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and we sat with them, and like had like just a couple moments, like a few minutes, with them, and they were really nice. They took pictures with us, and they reeked like weed, and which is not surprising at all considering 311. And the rapper Essay, who I met in Worcester beforehand. So this is an interesting story. There's another story.
I love the layers.
There's another layer to this, and I have nothing to do with this other story, but.
So celebrity you most like to meet? 311? No. Here's the 311 story. Here's another 311 story. The rabbit hole.
So Creed's lead singer. Scott Stapp, right? He's like a total alcoholic.
Oh, really?
He lives in LA.
Is that true? Is that confirmed?
Well, he is like a heavy drinker. I don't know if he is anymore.
No.
This was like maybe this story is like 10 years ago.
Okay.
And 311's at a bar, like a Hollywood Bowl somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're with their wives. And Scott Stapp disrespects, like says something awful to one of 311's wives. And the 311's rapper punched him in his face and broke his hand on his face. And when we had seen them, it was like a month or so after this, and I'll never forget, the rapper of 311, when I went to shake his hand, gave me his left hand because his right hand was still fucked up and shook my hand like that. And I was like, it's because you fucking messed that dude from Creed up. And I don't hate Creed. I actually like Creed's first couple records, but because I know it's cool to hate Creed, but I don't care. So yeah, I would like to. That was a really cool moment for me, like to be able to meet them and talk to them. And they meet a lot of people, but I love them, and so it was. And that was when they were still good, so it was cool to meet them. But as far as this, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like much of a movie fan, so I don't like these days. So I don't like have like this actor that I follow. There's a lot of actors I really respect. I really respect like Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he's a great actor. George Clooney, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Of course. Like it would be cool to meet a lot of these guys. some great directors. I'd love to meet George Lucas even, or Christopher Nolan, and just depends on like what situation. Like, do I get to meet them and have dinner with them? Do I get to talk to them about whatever I want? Like,
We'll say you go to dinner with them.
yeah, I mean, I think it would be a lot of fun to meet some of these. Like I think George Lucas would actually be a great person to talk to, like very candidly about like how he feels about his movies, and but like it would be very situational because you'd have to figure out like is this like whatever I want it to be?
Yeah.
Or is it something else? But yeah, it would be cool to and of course if dead people were allowed, then it would be a different story. Andrew Jackson would be the person I want.
Really? Yeah. That's an interesting.
Andrew Jackson would fuck anyone up.
Well, yeah.
Andrew Jackson was a nut job, dude. Like, we've talked about this before. Like, he's the best. He's the fucking best. Andrew Jackson's the best. Andrew Jackson murdered people and did whatever the fuck he wanted. No one called him on any of his shit. No one cared what he did.
Yeah.
He would just duel people and fucking murder them. He'd beat the shit out of his own assassin when the assassin tried to kill him. Badass.
What would happen if we could bring Ben Franklin here right now, you think?
I think Ben Franklin would be very inquisitive and very interested.
Yeah.
He's a scientist. I mean, he's a naturalist. He's a man of intellect and education. I feel like I often think about bringing guys from the 18th century up to
yes,
now.
That's what I think about all the time too. Bring them an iPad. Bring
And
them
like,
here.
what would they think? I think that a lot of them would be scared. I think a lot of them, bless you. Oh, jeez, it's one of these.
What do you mean it's one of these?
Bless
It's
you.
the only sneeze I do.
Yeah, you never sneeze once. I think like if you gave Henry Lee a fucking iPad, I don't think he wouldn't have any idea what I think some of this, but I think it would scare them or confuse them. I think with Ben Franklin, he'd be intrigued by everything he saw.
can manage this.
Yeah, I think he'd have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting to tell him like when you hypothesized that lightning was actually electricity, and you proved it with your key and your kite.
Yeah.
Well, that's powering everything here now, and we still revere you, based on that.
Yeah.
We still, that's a symbol to us actually. That's the thing I'm most interested in with the founders and it's like we kind of worship you. Like we have like a very unique thing in the United States where we actually have like hero worship with real people. Like obviously we have a religion and that's a very big part of our society and everyone has religion and stuff, but our country's so new compared to a lot of like European countries or wherever. We have like a group of people that we are like crazy over that like lived at the same time and stuff. And I always say that Revolutionary War period, it's remarkable how many smart people lived at the same time. And I wonder if we lost, if they would be lost to history too. Like if like we would appreciate them as much as we did about how bold and intelligent they were.
Yeah.
Alexander Hamilton, for instance. Alexander Hamilton was raised in the West Indies, largely self-taught, super smart. But would he have gotten the shine if the revolution didn't happen? Those kinds of things. So, but yeah, Ben Franklin would be awesome to bring up. Ben Franklin's fucking rad.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be fun to hang out with.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
He'd understand the iPad.
I think he would. I think he would understand a lot of things. You just have to kind of bring him through it.
Yeah.
George Washington probably would.
Get him vaccinated too, otherwise he gets sick right away.
Oh yeah, we'd fuck him up pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's a lot of what ifs here.
Yeah. These are the things I worry about. If I could time travel, sometimes I like to imagine that after I die, I will become death. I will become the Grim Reaper, and then I'll get to go back in time, and I'll get to be able to kill people, but show them stuff before I do it. It sounds kind of crazy.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. What I'm saying is like I don't.
So wait, let me see if I can fill you. Let me see if I can fill you in first. So you're saying like I'm gonna go back. We'll go back and we'll talk to Henry VIII. Yeah, and I'm going to kill Henry VIII. But before I do it, I'm going to show him a MacBook. Is that like what you're kind of trying to say? Or like I'm going to go back and talk to...
You're in the ballpark. I'm saying that I would die and then become the Grim Reaper, right? It would still be chill. It would be cool. And when like Benjamin Franklin, I assume, died on a deathbed, right? How'd he die?
He died, yeah, he died on a
It was like
deathbed.
shot.
No, he wasn't. No,
yeah,
he died
so he got
naturally.
sick around his family or whatever. But I'm gonna be like, when he dies, I'm the ghost in the room that takes his spirit. But then I get to talk to him, and like give him a glance to the future and see like what he accomplished and stuff.
Oh, so the ramifications of their own choices.
Exactly. Because like what I'm saying is I can't go on his deathbed and show him the iPad or whatever, because then I'm gonna screw up the time frame. Like I can't stop time and talk to him because his time would keep going. So he would die earlier than he should have. You know what I mean? Like he wouldn't get to say goodbye or something stupid like that.
Okay.
And in the same way, I can't go and pull him here when he was healthy. I can't take him from back then and bring him here when he's healthy because then he still has more to live and he'd tell everybody he'd fuck everything up.
And the grandfather paradox.
Exactly. I don't want to have to do like Men in Black style. I don't want to.
You know who would be the most interesting person to do? I want to see, and I'm asking you an honest question, like the most interesting historical figure to show him the ramifications of what he did. Who do you think that is?
Hitler.
No. Not in my opinion. Maybe Pontius Pilate.
Oh.
Could you imagine if you went back and talked to Pontius Pilate and were like, you let Barbarous out of the prison and you arrested Jesus and then you listened to the rabbis and stuff and you killed him.
Yeah.
And he ended up being God to like billions of people.
Yeah.
And if you just didn't do that, then this might have gone in a totally different, maybe worse way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that that would be the ramifications of Pontius Pilate's actions are like the most consequential in human history.
Interesting.
In terms of not only American history obviously, but like since St. Peter in the 3rd century and the rise of the Christian Catholic Church and all that kind of stuff all the way through today, the Crusades, everything all started with that decision. And that would be the interesting person to say like, look what you did.
He wouldn't be cool. He would be upset probably.
But the Christians would say that it was meant to be that way. That everything that happened was predestined. Yeah.
All right.
So that's very Calvinist, by the way.
We didn't really settle who you'd want to meet, I guess.
No, Jesus would be another guy that would be interesting. I'm not a religious person. I think Jesus was an interesting person. I think he was real. He's obviously real. Josephus and other Roman historians wrote about him, and they write about we trust them. That they're talking about real things. They wrote about him in hindsight. But he was real, and I'd be really interested to just witness him and see like what that was.
What was that all about? Yeah.
Because he had this little thing going on when he was alive, but it wasn't until several generations later that he
took off.
Yeah, like that people wrote about him and stuff. Like the Gospels are written by people that weren't weren't witnesses to him. Yeah. So
be on the ground floor of this Jesus thing. See what's up.
Yeah, like.
They got all these guys in robes and sandals, and then you're just chilling in a Dr. Wiley shirt, watching off on the side, drinking a little bourbon.
Think about this.
All right.
This is the craziest thing. We'll leave it on this.
Okay.
Imagine you're with Jesus during, like, Lazarus.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, when he fishes, or, like, turns water into wine and stuff like that. You witness it. You're like, holy shit. Like, this guy really did these, like,
Yeah.
Because I think he was a good guy. I think he was like a nice guy. I think he cared about the poor. I think he tried to do all these right things. But we don't know. Like he had like some magical powers.
Yeah.
Kind of. And that would be wild if like you witnessed that and you were like, that really did happen. Really did happen.
Yeah.
Or like the whole on Mount Olive, like the whole earthquake that happens after he dies and all that shit, and the Roman soldiers like freak out and stuff like that. Like that really happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. People wrote about it. Person told person told person told person told person told historian.
Can't trust telephones.
So.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That was a good time. Thanks for your time, Colin. Thank you for the suggestion, Matthew Black. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you want to see Colin talk about? Let us know in the comments. Then also, tell us who you'd like to hang out with. What celebrity you want to meet one day. Then make sure you like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to us on YouTube. And until next Tuesday or Thursday, have a conversational day.